Good morning, my fellow freaks. Tony here from WarcraftTV.com. And today I thought I'd give you something a little bit different. This is actually a Lich King fight. So from Wrath of the Lich King. And even though we're deep in the middle of Cataclysm, I've noticed that a lot of people have not gotten the Kingslayer title, which is insanely easy to do right now. If you're level 85 and have any amount of decent gear, I mean, really, it doesn't matter. You could probably go in there with just questing gear and have no problem. As long as you got a tank that knows what he's doing and a healer who knows where his spells are, then you could pretty much just one-shot the Lich King at this point. So this is me on my Shadow Priest, jumping around here like an idiot. And yeah, so I thought it would be interesting to go ahead and show you the fight, explain the fight. It's kind of sloppy the way we do it. We really didn't talk about it. It's a complete pug group. And so that's the Lich King right there, the big guy. And as a caster, you pretty much just want to, unless you're told otherwise, you know, you want to either stay away from everybody or group together. So you'll see that I'm grouped right here with a healer and looks like a hunter, I guess I'm grouped with. And the healer, for some reason, kept running away from us. I guess maybe he couldn't see, or maybe too much spell effects or something going on for his computer. But so you'll see I'm on the Lich King right there. He's got the little hunter's mark above his head. And then he's got these, I don't even remember what these things are called. These ghoul-looking guys over here, the Scourge guys. Now, there's one on the left there. And so he spawns these things every once in a while, and I forget what the time interval is. You know, in Wrath of the Lich King, when we were doing this hardcore, hitting it hard, trying to kill him, I knew all the times and all that stuff, but since we moved into Cat, I've forgotten all the numbers. But so he does this little Winter's Touch thing here, and basically you need to get away from him, move to the outside. A new platform pops up on the outside where I'm standing right now, and so all the meleeers are obviously on the little Scourge things. I forget what they're called, sorry about that, but they're on the Scourge things, and you want to have at least one of the casters or maybe a hunter shooting these white orbs that are coming from the Lich King as he stands in the center. You only need one person to do it. That should be more than enough DPS to keep him down. But so, one of the casters, see there I am on the orbs, and that's basically it. You got the Scourge things on the outside. Every once in a while, like this ghost apparition thing will resurrect from individual players, and it's just another another mob, and you just got to beat them down. So no big deal there. And right here, he starts telling you your world is crumbling, and you move back towards the center because the end is going to peel off and fall to the ground. So if you're still standing on the outside, you're going to be dead. There's no way to come back from that. And if you're dead, don't release. Just stay in the fight until either you win or fail. So everybody comes back towards the center. You want to try and keep the Lich King in the center if you can. He's going to spawn these Valkyries. These Valkyries come over one at a time, and they'll snatch up one of your players. And they're going to try and take them and drop them off the edge. And our group's kind of bad at this point because we have, what, 4 or 5? We've got 6 people still alive. One of them's about ready to be dropped by this Valkyrie. And there he goes, so he's dead. So now we're down to 5 people. And this big black goo in the center is called Defile. That's probably the biggest pain when you're doing this fight. At least back in Wrath it was a pain, because the Defile, it ticks away. It spawns underneath one of the players. And if you're using deadly boss mods, he'll yell out loud. It'll say Defile on me. And usually it'll put a skull on him. Excuse me. So there we go, I got Defile that time. So you just have to jump and get out of it. And once you get out of it, no big deal, just don't step back into it. You want to have your spell effects up a little bit so you can actually see them on the ground. We've had plenty of guys, their spell effects were turned to the minimum because of their computer makes it easier for them, so that they don't, you know, overload their computer, but then they don't see the Defile, and it was just wiping them out. So here he's doing that Winter's Touch, or I forget the name of it exactly, but you know, Winter's Touch, good enough. So you run back to the outside, we do the ring thing again. You can see my tank over here, he's tanking one of those apparitions that popped up. Looks like the Paladin popped up. I'm going to go ahead and, since I'm the caster, at this point we got what, a tank, a rogue, a paladin healer and me, a shadow priest. So I'm going to stay on the orbs and try and do whatever damage I can to these apparition things that pop up. So yeah, at this point we're down to what, 4 people? We've got the tank, 2 DPS, right? A tank, a melee DPS, a caster DPS, and a paladin healer. So I give props to that paladin healer. He was working his butt off during this entire fight. So good on him, yo. But anyway, so we're going to sit out here and just keep whacking on these things until the Lich King says our world is crumbling. And it's important you kill those orbs. If you don't kill those orbs, they go to the people and they explode, and when they explode they'll knock you off the edge, and then you lose members of your fight, so members of your team for the fight. So this ice cube over here, you see the ice cube on the left there, that's Tyrion Fordring. He got frozen, which is pretty funny during the dialogue in the beginning. But anyway, so okay, here we go. The Lich King is using Frostmourne, his sword, and he sucks you in. And he only does this to one or two players during the fight. So he sucked me in. And here you can see our hero is fighting, I don't know, some ghosty thing. And depending on what you are, if you're DPS, you want to DPS the mob. If you're a healer, you want to heal the guy. I was a little unsure as to what exactly I was supposed to be doing, because I am a shadow priest, and sometimes Warcraft, you know, they want me to heal things instead of kill things. So I wasn't sure exactly, so I just went ahead and DPS the mob, which was more than enough to get in. So once you kill the mob, boom, it throws you back into the fight. So you see up here, we got Defile on the right. I'm standing next to the Paladin Healer. We got the Ice Cube. Got the tank. And then, so now we get these ghost apparitions that come from the sky, and they explode when they get to the target. Now, if you're level 85, you should have more than enough health. You could probably just sit there and eat the damage. It's not that big of a deal. They don't do that much damage at level 85, but if you're less than 85, then yeah, you're going to take a serious amount of damage because your health is going to be a lot lower. So our tank did a pretty good job here. I mean, I don't know the guy personally. Like I said, it was a complete pug group, and everybody did a good job except for all those dead people, you know? I don't think they were familiar with the fights. So Defile, got to get out of that. And you'll see all the little ghost guys come after me, and they pretty much just explode, and boom, I eat the damage, which really is minimal. I guess I'm 85 at this level. I don't know if I was either 84 or 85. Probably 85, I guess. So it's really not that big of a deal to do this fight at level 85, but you got to know what you're doing. If you don't know the fight, then you end up dead like the majority of my group here. I mean, we're basically four-manning this fight for more than 50% of the time, so it's kind of crazy. But so you see Defile still keeps popping up at our feet. You got to get out of the Defile. You can't stand in that. The Ghost you could probably just eat at level 85, not that big of a deal. You see them just exploding on me, and I'm a squishy Shadow Priest, and they're not really doing any damage to me. Now, one mistake I did was I kept getting away from my healer because I was trying to avoid the Lich King, and the healer was staying close to the tank, and so I was getting out of range of the healer, but I really wasn't taking, you know, any damage. So boom. Okay, so right here is the Lich King nukes us, and that's basically insta win right there. If you get that far to where he nukes the rest of the group, don't release. You want to stay there. He's going to do this big dialogue where he tells you how awesome you are and how you're doing a great job, and then he talks to Tyrion and tells Tyrion what a good job he did training us and blah blah blah. It's very cool when you're actually doing it. You kind of want to pay attention just because the experience is cool. I know the first time I killed the Lich King, it was a big deal for me. Oh, mainly because I had been trying to kill him for 2 months. That's one reason. So, here's the little dialogue. Yeah, see, so right there, you know, he gives us a compliment. He turns around to Tyrion and tells him he trained us well and all that. So remember, do not release at this point. It's not over yet. Okay, and if you get this far, it's basically an insta-win. Okay, you just haven't popped the achievements yet or anything, so you don't release. So you'll see over here. So he thinks he's gonna suck our souls or something. I'm not sure what he's doing there. I think he's rezzing us to do something. I don't know, turning us to zombies or something. I don't know. And Tyrion's still an ice cube over there. Alright, so anyways, it's pretty long, the stupid dialogue. There we go. Here's Tyrion. He says, give me the strength to shatter these bonds, so he's gonna break out of his little ice cube there and take on Arthas. And that's a good point here. You're fighting Arthas, the Lich King. Okay, so boom. There's Tyrion, looking all paladin-y. And him and Arthas are going to have a little fight here, but before they really get into it... So Tyrion's going to res us, because he wants our help. So this is Arthas' father, I think. Yeah, talking to him. Oh, and it's not Tyrion that reses us. It's actually Arthas' father that reses us. So a thing pops up, you click accept, boom, now you're back in the fight. So rebuff, and then everybody's on Arthas. And you can see Arthas is pretty much immobilized right there. So, I mean, he's not doing nothing. I think there is like a rage timer on this. But other than that, there's really no way to actually lose this. From this point on, it's just insta-win. So Arthas isn't even fighting. Boom. There we go. You just kill him for that final percent. You pop your titles. Follow the Lich King and Frozen Throne, I think is what it is.